a typical Filipino party here is when you walk in the door,
Mm.
in the living room, everybody's sitting around like a just like a,
Like a soiree.
you, you know what? If you know how a Filipino party you walk in and there's like a chair lined up against the wall,
Mm.
and then all the Filipinas and the Marites are sitting there, like watching who's walking in the door. Ooh, good to see you. you know, you know what I mean?
And you don't like when we say it's a Filipino or Filipina party, is it
Right.
because the host is the Philippine is a Filipino?
Yeah, of course. Of course. At least one of
Okay.
the host is Filipino, you know?
Okay.
So in this particular case, it was the wife was Filipina. You know,
Mm.
very nice couple, by the way. Dolly and Richard, very nice couple. Thank you for inviting us last night. They've actually invited us to their home to a party that they've had on multiple occasions, and last night was the first time that we were able to go. Okay,
Mm.
because it was 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away in Maryland, and the house was beautiful. This guy Richard, by the way, amazing I guess construction guy. Like he redecorated and re did everything in the basement, the kitchen. The house was beautiful, beautiful house, I just have to say.
Mm.
And downstairs he has like a bar downstairs, a dance floor. I mean, he set it up, he hooked it up, you know what I mean, sound systems on the wall. It was a great party, it was fun. And as soon as we walked in, I literally felt the typical Filipino party vibe where all the Filipinas who were sitting against the wall in the living room around
Mm.
all those chairs looked at us. You know, like, oh, who's that? Who's that? Those people, huh?
Mm.
Oh, what?
Mm.
And then you literally see at the corner of your eyes people like, oh, hey, you know, what? Chismis,
So
chismis,
you're
probably.
talking in terms of trying to figure out if you're in a Filipino party, it's the vibe that people give out and how they're like body language and positioning themselves. It's just like how people are looking at you when you walk in the room.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know how to describe it. On every Filipino party that I have. As soon as I've gone to, as soon as you walk in, there's literally people sitting against the
Mm.
wall, lined up like that, right?
Mm, 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 mm,
Who
mm.
are just looking at not just looking, they're talking amongst themselves. But as soon as somebody walks in, they're definitely doing the whole, oh, who's that? Oh, sino ba yan? Kilala mo ba yan? You know, type of
Mm.
thing. And then your typical Filipino party where everybody gathers around. I don't know why as well. The kitchen, or
Mm.
you know where the food is. The food was delicious, to be honest with you. They had this barbecue stick last night, the chicken barbecue. It tasted like Filipino barbecue. It was awesome. And they had turon last night. It was so good. You know, turon with the banana inside and the what do you call that? The langka?
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so last night would have been a perfect opportunity, which I actually had planned it all out. I even charged my GoPro batteries and brought everything with me, because it was been a perfect opportunity to interview these guys and like, hey, so how do you feel? How does it feel being married to a Filipina? You know,
Right,
type of
right.
thing. You know, do you what do you think about the stereotype of Filipinas always after American men and whatnot? Yeah, whatever. I had this
And
whole thing spiel going on in my.
so you didn't. I'm glad you didn't because I don't want you don't want to be that Tito Jason though. Here he is again going to interview us for his podcast. His
Man,
podcast.
you I don't know if that thought came to my head, but I just nahiya ako. I got shy. I don't know why. You know, I got shy all of a sudden for the first time in my life at this age. I found myself being careful around all these Filipinos, you know? But
Mm.
see, I think
Maybe
it's
because
because
when you
as
walked in, people were talking about you.
well, I don't know if they were talking about me or and my family because my
Or you
wife and
felt
my
like
two
it.
daughters were with us, you know. But I did catch on my peripheral vision multiple women looked at us, and then all of a sudden doing this, like
How you doing? Maybe that's where it started.
right,
Plant the seed.
right. So I felt a little awkward from the get go. But the hosts were different. I mean, they were beautiful, nice people and whatnot, and
Mm.
um, it was a
No,
what?
no. Maybe there's also this vibe because sometimes I get that kind of thing also when I visit my son, and then Dean is like, "Oh, why didn't you talk about this, or why didn't you do this or that, or it's like
Right.
anything, like anyone that might have an opinion of what you could have or should have done."
Hmm.
And I just get this feeling that sometimes it just didn't feel right. I was right there, and I don't know if I'm shy or whatever it is. It's just like you follow your gut, and maybe it just didn't feel right.
No, it's not that. It's not that. No. In, in my case,
It was,
it wasn't that at all. I
it was,
was I'm telling you, it would have been a perfect opportunity to really talk to these people. And I don't think that they would like start judging about the whole podcasting because on the last Filipino party I went to, there was this one lady who had like a whole social media setup where she was walking around with like a ring camera, I mean light, and
mm,
the camera in the middle with a tripod, and she'll just
mm, mm, mm,
whatever.
mm,
But I just, I don't. All of a sudden, last night, I just felt like I felt myself being careful in front of all these other Filipinos, and I don't know why. Maybe it's
mm,
because I
mm,
got shy. I don't know. You know, and I was ready to do it. I had the mic. I had the mic set up on my lapel. You know,
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That brand new $10 mic that you got a couple of weeks
Malaya
ago.
Malaya was willing to hold the camera for me. I had the setup out already. Um,
Mm,
I don't know where I put it. It's in the bag, and my wife's bag still on the dining table. But I had the
mm,
whole set up there. I rigged this gear. I jerry rigged this thing where you can put my
mm,
phone in the middle. There's a light on top so that more lighting for whoever you're interviewing. And there's also a section in that little jerry rig where you can put a external battery so that
mm,
your phone does not run out of battery while you're interviewing. I was ready to go. And then the other Filipino that was sitting next to me at the bar stool was like, "Hey, dude, that's a sick setup. What are you gonna do?" And I was like telling him, "Oh yeah, I do this little podcast, and I wanted to interview people and whatnot. Oh, that'd be cool, And I was doing that, and then I never did it just because I felt awkward about it all of a sudden.
Did you
Maybe,
feel like
yeah.
you were a clown walking around with like, "Hey, here's my little setup. Say hi to the camera."
I missed out on that opportunity, and the whole drive home that was going into my head. I'm
What did
like,
your kids say? What
she
happened,
was like,
Dad?
no,
Did you
she was like
chicken
asking
out?
me, "Are you gonna do it? Why aren't you doing it?" Even AC was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna interview people. You're gonna start interviewing them." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'll wait. I'll give it a couple more minutes." I never did it.
right.
So stupid. Wasted opportunity. I don't know why. Is it? It's definitely not nerves because I've walked around in festivals with my video
Mm,
camera. Like I said, like visiting that Wika booth or other booths at the Asian festival,
mm.
and uh, I don't know. I felt bad. I'm telling you, it was
It
a
was
rough drive home for me. I'm just saying.
that's funny. Do you think it was an external reason why you didn't feel like, or was it like internally that you felt like it doesn't feel right? Where do you think that came from?
Uh, when you go to Filipino parties and there's like a group of people
Yeah,
where they're
I get
kind
it.
of like
Got it.
y- I
I
don't know
I
if
know
we're
what you're
thinking about
saying.
the whole. I don't know if you're thinking about the same thing, but
Mm,
the people in this party last night was that group of people. Like it felt like I got that vibe from everybody that was
mm.
there. Yeah, and I don't know. I just felt. I actually felt kind of out of place. I felt kind of. I mean, AC had a blast. I mean, she was like dancing on the dance floor with everybody and whatnot. And
Mm.
I'm just sitting there in the freaking corner at the bar store trying to figure out, is this a good opportunity? Should I do it? Should I go? No.
Overthinking it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Horrible, 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 horrible.
Would they
Y-
have been encouraging or discouraging? Like, hey, when are you gonna bust out with a camera? When are you gonna interview us? We're ready
Well,
for
no,
our
no, no.
close up.
I don't know. That maybe that's why maybe I don't. You know what? See, man, Doctor Noel here. I think that's what it is. Maybe the anticipation got to me in regards to like how are people gonna perceive this or how are they gonna take it? Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Hmm.
Man.
Actually, I have the same constant nagging feeling whenever I go out and hold on a camera also. And like sometimes it's just so much easier to tell the camera versus like writing it down on a notebook or you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right, right.
And I'm
And
thinking, oh, it doesn't even have to go out. It could be part of my super secret vlog that nobody even knows about.
mm,
But just the fact that I'm holding a camera or like a rig, it's not even that big. It's just like, just that question in my head, like, vlogger ka? Are you a
yeah,
vlogger? Are you a
maybe
podcaster?
that's it. Maybe that's it. But I don't know. It just felt it felt like I was gonna get judged or something. Maybe it was the anticipation that killed everything for me. Like not knowing how people are gonna perceive it or if they're gonna be accepting of it. And I don't know. I just feel
That's
like,
the that's the one thing that I really took away from or really admired from meeting the millennial legends last week. It was
mm,
just they were just like on it, like no questions, no overthinking. It was just like gotta make an intro.
yeah,
Okay, we made an intro. Gotta make an extra on this spot.
it was
It
so
was like
bad. Why?
have a seat. She's done cooking. I
Oh,
said have a seat. She waltzed in with her with her milk tea. Quick
nice.
lang, quick lang. She
Yeah, go
gets
ahead.
caught up. Sorry to interrupt you. So si Jason mag-i-interview daw for the podcast. Nahihiya bigla
For the first time ever,
for the
you know.
first time ever.
I think it's also because I'm so used to doing it 101 where
Again,
it's
again.
there's not a big crowd,
Ayun nga. Yeah,
you
that's what I
know.
was just telling him. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa kanya yung millennial legends. Walang isip-isip, no second thoughts. As in like, okay, no, like, okay, let's do it. Like, just boom.
Well,
Walang
yeah, but I mean,
arte-arte.
they're not in a huge crowd as well
They
all of a
are.
sudden.
They were. And people were like, wow, anong YouTube channel nila? Anong
Yeah.
channel nila? Oh. Oh, as in like people were just like knew exactly what to do. Like, subscribe, follow, and
Man,
watch the
Jesus
video. It wasn't
Christ.
even a question like, okay lang po ba mag-vlog kami dito? They didn't even ask questions. Yung mga bago nilang hakot? No.
Missed opportunity, I'm going to have to try that again. I'm definitely going to have to
Hindi, pero yung sa kanya,
No.
first time.
Yeah, first time. You don't understand. I've never had that problem before. You know, even for the show and whatnot, where like walking around in the festival for the show, for example. Randomly going up to people, talking to them, and like asking questions and whatnot. You know, Filipinos or no Filipinos doesn't matter. But last night, I think it was just the whole confinement, maybe, and knowing those particular group of people that the stereotype that they're very, I don't want to say it.
You were reading the room. That's
Yeah,
what it was. You were reading the
yeah,
room.
yeah.
Yeah. Ako naman, I'm thinking kasi like when we're on the street, I don't know, I'm comparing apples and oranges here, but ako when I'm out on the street, I'm holding the camera, Tin's right beside me. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's two of us. If I'm by myself, yun, siguro minsan nakakahiya pa-vlog ng ganyan. Like,
Mm.
hey guys, welcome to my vlog. But when she's even when she's standing right beside me, I got my arm on her shoulder. I got the confidence and everything. It's like, this is stupid. Doon na lang sa bahay. Pagdating na lang sa parking lot, and then when we get to the parking lot, mainit. Mamaya na lang doon sa daan, sa gas station. Pagdating sa gas
Right.
station, maingay. Wag na lang.
Yeah,
So,
always some kind of reason. But I never had that problem, you know? Wala talaga.
yeah.
I even yesterday I went grocery shopping, like I said. I was at Walmart and I noticed for the first time for some reason, I noticed how small the freaking Filipino section is, that there is even a Filipino section in Walmart. So I busted out my phone and I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
look at this. This is the small Phil and people were walking. I didn't care, you know?